In this day and age, it is extremely important to take photos of a car that will sell. A lot of you guys probably right now have photos that look like this. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn those photos into something that looks like this. For the first photo, this is going to vary by dealership. Like if you're taking photos for a dealership, this is always going to be different. But at the one that I work at, most of the time, you always want to have a kind of an angled photo of the car. So what I normally do is I turn the wheel all the way to the left. That way you kind of get a good view of the wheels in the first photo. So you get down like this, kind of crouch, and then you kind of get an angle that looks a bit like this. So kind of downward like this, get a bit of an angle on the car. So you don't want to get too much of the side. So you want to have a little bit of the front, a little bit of the side in there. And then when it looks good to you, snap the photo. You kind of want the car to be like in the middle of the frame, like that. And then after that one, you do want to rotate the wheel back to be straight. So I'm gonna do that now. So for the second photo, and again, this is gonna vary by dealership. This is just what I do for my dealership, the one I work at. So you, once again, zoom in, get about a telephoto. If you have a phone with a telephoto lens, you can just hit the little 2x icon right here. If you don't have a phone with a telephoto lens, you can still zoom in at 2x. It's gonna work either way. Doesn't matter what you do there. Again, you get down like this. Kind of a general rule of thumb is you wanna get down when you take photos of the exterior of the car. You wanna get kind of a downward angle so you're kind of at the car's level. So this is for the grill photo, down like that, kind of get it in the middle like that and snap the photo. Doesn't look too bad. For the third photo, typically you want to get like the side of the car. And you don't really need to zoom in for this photo, just have like your wide angle lens or whatever. Just again, get down like this. Try to get the car around the middle, doesn't have to be perfect. Snap a photo like that, stand back up, move to the back of the car. Not everyone's gonna do it this way. I tend to use the wide angle lens for the back of the car just to make it easier, it's more convenient. But if you do want to, you can also use the telephoto lens because it compresses the photo a little bit, just sometimes looks a little bit better. But for me, I always use the wide angle lens. It's just easier, you don't have to do as much walking. So right there, snap a photo, so that's the back of the car. This side is the same as the other side. You just get down, get around the middle, snap a photo just like that. And no one's gonna be this fast right away. It took me a long time to be like really fast at getting a good photo. It just takes a lot of practice. So once you do that photo, this is when you start getting the interior photos. You open the side door here. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. The framing of this is really difficult. You're not gonna be this good right away. So try to get, honestly, there's no really rule to getting a good photo here. You see these little, these things down here, the controls for the seat. Some cars don't have this, some do, on the passenger seat. If they do have it on the passenger seat, try to get that in this photo because customers are gonna like to see that. Try to get like a little bit of a diagonal angle here. And make sure those controls down there are showing. And then when it looks good to you, snap the photo. And also try not to get too much of the car's exterior on the side of the photo. It's okay if a little bit's showing, but if it's like this, where like a lot of it's showing, it just looks weird. So try to get to where it's not too much showing, like you can have a little bit, just don't try to get too much. Try to get a shot of the seat here, so that they can see if there are any like defects in the seat. They can see it's a clean seat, nothing wrong with it. So you just kind of get a diagonal angle like this, snap the photo. Move on to the back seat, so close this one. And so kind of what I'm doing here is it's like a customer is walking around the car. See, like we kind of run around the car taking those photos. We got the first photo, then we just kind of moved around. Got the side photo here, and then we open the door. See, when you're a customer, you kind of do the same thing. You walk around the car, and then you start opening the doors to see the interior. So you're doing pretty much the same thing with these photos, except, you're showing the car to customers online. So now we move to this back door here. And for the backseat photos, typically it's not a big deal. You don't need to get a lot of photos of the back seats. Just get something that, you know, a wide angle photo that just shows everything. Snap the photo. Done with that side, move to the other side. Same idea here, just get a photo that has pretty much, you know, the whole seat. Snap that photo. And then if the car has fans in the back, like this one here, you don't have to do this. I just like to do it to show off that it has it. Kind of zoom in using either the telephoto lens or just the zoom in on the camera. Snap a photo just like that, kind of showing that it has those vents in the back. Open the driver's side. And again, it has these controls here. Make sure that your photo of the driver's side seat shows these controls. Customers love to see that. Try to get a good angle. It's not going to be perfect. It never is. Just, you know, something that looks a bit like that. Snap the photo. And then just like on the other side, you want to show the seat. So take that photo. So now I come in here. And so I don't have to close this door here. You probably would if you're actually taking real photos, if you're going to use them. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave this open. The reason why I normally close it is because the interior lights of the car will be on while this is open. Take your camera up like this, try to get like near the roof of the car. And try to get like the rear view mirror to where it's kind of near the top of the frame. This gives you a good overview of the whole dash. Take the photo. And then you want to get kind of a photo where the driver's head would be facing the steering wheel. So yeah, kind of like this, to where the steering wheel is kind of at the bottom of the frame. Take the photo. And if the car has a moonroof, or a sunroof, whatever you want to call it, you also would open that moonroof and just kind of angle it up at the moonroof, take the photo. I don't have a moonroof, so I'm not going to take a photo of that. So now you enter the back seat. So this is where a lot of the important photos happen. You know, the person buying the car is most likely going to be the driver as well. So you want to kind of get back in the seat. I have this all the way back right now, as far back as it can go, because you generally don't want to have your legs on the photo if you can avoid it. So what you want to do is you want to zoom in. So, you know, if your phone has a telephoto lens, use that. If not, just zoom into about 2 times. And so you want to get photos of the controls on the steering wheel. So for this first photo, take a photo of the left side and then another one on the right side. So that gives them a detailed look at the controls on the steering wheel. And then move up to the dashboard, just get like an overall look of the dash. If you have a check engine light or something like that, you can kind of digitally zoom in on the photo, basically crop it. And what you want to get out of this photo is just showing the mileage of the car. So you don't really need to show the other stuff. Not going to look the best, but at least you get the mileage out of it. So that way you still show the mileage of the car, but the warning light is outside of the photo. After that, want to move over to the central console here. Just get like a general photo showing the whole thing, like a wide angle photo. And again, try to make sure your legs are not in the photo. So try to keep those out of the frame if you can. Snap the photo when it's kind of in the middle there. If the car has a backup camera, put it in reverse. Backup camera shows up. Zoom in to about 2 times, either with your telephoto lens or just with the phone's main camera. Snap the photo of that. Does not have to be perfect. I know this one's way off, and I'll probably retake that if it was for real. Put it back in park so that the backup camera goes away. If the car has nav, like this one does, turn it to the nav screen. Take a photo of that just to show that it does indeed have navigation. And if it has other features like climate control on the screen, you'd also want to go to that and show that too. This one does not have that, so I cannot do that here. And even if the car does have digital climate, you also want to show the analog climate controls as well. So like right here. So this car does have analog climate controls. Just take a photo of that, showing it has that. And if it has like USB connections and stuff, as long as it's not super dirty down there, take a photo of that too. If it's not too dirty here, take a photo of the gear shifter, because customers like to know how that looks as well. And then, you know, show off whether it has push button start, so, you know, show that. Avoid cup holder photos. It might look clean to you, but trust me, once you take the photo, it's gonna look like 20 times dirtier. Generally, I mean, just take photos showing a close-up of the different features the car has. So, you know, if the car has heated seats, like this one does, take a photo showing the switch to, you to turn on or off the heated seats. If the car has automatic headlights like this one does, kind of move the wheel to the left a little bit like this. That way you get this part out of the way. And then you can get a decent photo of the automatic headlights switch here. Now some cars like Fords and I think some Chevys too have like a little a module like in this area of the car right here, and that would show you that you can change all the automatic headlight stuff here. For that you would just have to kind of get the phone down like this, and of course my car doesn't have it there, but you would just take a photo with the light control module down there. After that, kind of get over to the power windows control if it has one. If a car does not have power windows, don't even bother taking photos of the thing that moves them up and down. So just a little diagonal angle like this typically works best to get everything in the photo. If the car has a premium sound system, typically it would have a logo on the speaker, like somewhere around here. Mine does not, so it's not going to show that. But if this has like a Bose logo or like Sony or something like that, make sure you get a photo, just kind of zoom in on the logo on the speaker, and you would take a photo like that. Of course, this one doesn't have it. If it does not have a logo on the speaker, do not take a photo of it, because that will just show that the car is inferior to other cars. Don't show that. So if the car does have a sunglasses holder like this one does, move your phone to wide angle and just kind of angle it up like this. And then if the car has garage door controls built into it like this one does, take the photo. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna go back outside the car. Okay, so back outside the car, you wanna get photos of the wheels. So again, just like with all the other exterior photos, you wanna get down to where you're kind of getting a straight angle with the wheel. Snap the photo. And it's the same with every wheel. I could go through every wheel with you, but I don't really have to. You just take the same photo for each wheel. Once you get the photos of the wheels, go ahead and open the hood. Now, most cars are gonna look filthy under here. I've kept mine mostly clean because I am a clean freak, but it's generally not a huge deal if the car is pretty dirty under here. I mean, if it's like super filthy and you can't see anything under here and it's like covered in dirt, maybe skip this photo. But since this one's clean, you're probably not gonna get the entire thing, but just try to get as much as you can. That's especially gonna be difficult on really huge trucks, trust me. But for a car like this where it's kind of low and easy to get everything in there, not that difficult. So close that up. And so now we're gonna take the photo of the key for the car. If your car is really old and has, a key that's not smart, like it doesn't have a remote on or anything, I wouldn't even bother taking a photo of it. People probably don't even care about that. But if it has a key fob like this one does, like this, you probably do want to take a photo of that. People love it when a car, or most people at least, love it when a car has a key fob that just, it's all like convenient. If it has a stock tag on it, like I know a lot of cars at dealerships, they have stock tags. Make sure that that's not showing the stock number and stuff like that. So just kind of have it on the other side where it's just like a white, there's nothing showing on it. Zoom in on the key like this, and then snap the photo. Now, if the car has like the instruction manual and the user's guide, all that stuff with it, I would try to put that stuff under the key and then get like a wide angle photo just showing the instruction manual on the key. I don't have a user manual for this car, but if that does include it, like I would look in the glove box and then see if it's in there. If the car does have one, try to put that under the key when you take that photo. But yeah, the key is the last photo. If the car does have stuff like running boards or if it has like bed liner on the truck, stuff like that, I would get extra photos of that too. Just kind of show all the features the car has. Not every car is the same. So you're gonna have cars that have a lot of extra features that you wanna capture, stuff like that. That's pretty much the general rules of getting decent car photos. They're not gonna be perfect, but probably better than what you're taking right now. I have been Paul Radaker, and this has been another tech guide. I will see you guys in the next one.